I am Michael of M.O.D Catering Services. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. As I said, we're going to learn a lot this year, and here we go. So we are supposed to create a heart-shaped cake. That is a top forward cake for our client, and we didn't have, as I said, I don't have a heart-shaped cake apart from round square hexagon. I don't have any other shape, so I had to carve a round cake into our heart-shaped cake, and this is how yummy our layers are. We use red velvet, lemon, and strawberry. So we decided to divide our cake into 4 equal parts. Then we created a beautiful diagonal shape. We marked the diagonal shape and cut that out, which we are going to join in the front to carve out into our love or heart-shaped cake for our client. So here we joined our first part of our cake, and you're going to join our second part of our cake to get a heart shape. But after joining, you need to do some trimmings just to make sure you have that beautiful heart cake, or you have your heart cake shape popping very well, because you wouldn't want to just join and have something not looking so beautiful or not in the form of a heart shape. No, we wouldn't want that to happen. So we just carved in there to make sure our love cake is looking just as you would want it to look like. Others got the opportunity to learn this once we were live yesterday, and here we go. But this time around, I'm also recording another content which will be posting that on YouTube. That is for this particular cake. Tia crumb coating that. It's way around cake in my yaka. Four. Yes, please. Francis. All right, sure. Okay, thank you. So we had to freeze our cake, brought it out, and we pushed in some skewers. Mind you, this isn't a heart-shaped cake. It's a round cake we've converted into a heart-shaped cake, and we didn't want our cake to come off during delivery, so we had to push in a lot of skewers to secure all our 4 layers together and also the sides together, because we wouldn't want to have any disaster. And it's going to be a top forward cake where the cake is going to stand upright, so we need to push in enough dowels, enough skewers to make sure we are securing our joints and also the layers together. Then we came in with our final coating. We added enough amount of frosting, which is our SMBC, to use for this cake. This particular SMBC was done during our Saturday Baking Right workshop. And as I keep saying, we have fat, but every butter should have a fat content, and the fat content shouldn't be less than 82%. But here is the case. The butter I used, one had 80% fat content. I don't know, but this is the first time I experienced this thing. And what we did was we had to freeze the cake continuously. After I'm done with every section, I freeze. After I'm done with every section, I freeze. But here is the case. If I'd used 82% fat content or the regular butter I've been using all this while, I don't think I would have been freezing my cake throughout my journey of making this cake, because on a regular, once you start sticking or applying your frosting, it becomes even firm and becomes harder. But this time around, I kept freezing them in between to make sure I have my buttercream very firm and very solid. And I left home around 4 to the venue. I go to wherever we were supposed to deliver this cake around 5. The cake sat down. I left there around 8 p.m. and nothing really happened. I was scared something might go wrong because of the piping I did at the edges and the whole side. You all know those trending designs with the piping here and there, up and down, all those piping techniques around this cake, but nothing happened. I checked and everything was on point and everything was intact. So let's enjoy this cake. Let's enjoy this view, because we didn't play any music for us to have this copyright issue. So here is the case. We were working with a whole behind the scene, some voice, some noise we were making, some sounds, funny sounds we were making. So just enjoy the video as it is. I will come back. We will continue with our voiceover. Maybe say camera many. That's my secret answer. But the red, you are already no butu. Perfect. So here we lifted our cake and placed it onto our main cake board. Unfortunately, they didn't capture that side. I'm even surprised. I looked through the whole phone and I didn't really see any video of that. So we decided to just decorate. Go ahead and add our buttercream. We used a hand blower or hair blower. We blew that part till it became soft for us to smoothen it. Then we did our smoothing and we just went in. You know how I don't joke with my sharp edges. No matter what, I must get my sharp edges. Except I do not want to just create any sharp edges for the particular cake I'm working on. If not, the sharp edges are very, very important. So we used a hand blower. We blew the cake to make the frosting soft. Then we went in with our smoother. We did some smoothing and we went ahead till I got super clean, super sharp edges. Even if it's going to take me up to an hour, I don't mind doing that because I need clean edges, clean cake to deliver to my client. And one amazing part was my client was like, Charlie, Michael, you did exactly what was in the picture. I was like, yeah. I don't joke when it's I wouldn't want what I ordered versus what I got. What I ordered versus what I got story, any touching story because of me not doing whatever I was supposed to do right. I do it right and I do it the best. So we blew, make sure we had a whole frosting soft to help us smoothen it out. So we kept smoothing, we kept scraping, we kept adding creams, we kept smoothing, scraping, adding creams. So we got everything we needed or how we wanted our cake to look like. Then when we were done, we went in with our toppers and we did our final designing, which was our piping technique. Piping technique 101. Please, if you're not good at piping, these designs are mostly not yours. If you're not good at using your piping bags, piping tape, the tips to use for a particular design, you shouldn't try this design at all. You can just do a trial on a dummy or something, but do not do that on the client's cake because we wouldn't want those heart breaking or touching stories. What I ordered with what I got, it's becoming too much. Just take your time, practice makes perfect. Keep practicing until you become perfect, then you're good to go. So we added our topper, happy birthday honey. We've already done, we were done with the money cake. The money package we're supposed to do. We did a 5k package for our celebrant, and here we added happy birthday honey. Then we reached out for our piping bag. We piped our shells. Yes, we piped our shells all around our first half of our cake. Then we did same at the other half of our cake to meet the very base. Then we reached out for our smaller nozzle, not the shell type of nozzle. We had another smaller nozzle. Then we piped right underneath our shells on the very top or very edge. Then once we were done, we reached out for a pie cutter, not knowing that part was even short in landscape, but I had to still add it to it. So we had to reach out for a pie cutter, and I'm going to teach you how we did that design. So you just mark or create a partition on the side of your cake. When you're done, use your skewer and continue to the very end because you've already piped some parts of your cake and you wouldn't want to smash your whole tip or edge of your cake with your pie cutter or a round cutter. You can reach out for that. Then once you are done with all those markings, you reach out for a smaller star nozzle. Then you create your shells, your mini shells all around your tip or all around the tip of your cake. So you're good to go. So you're going to continue this whole process till we are done. Then you're going to pipe our very base edges as well. Yes, because if the cake was to stand, was supposed to be a normal heart-shaped cake, lying flat, we'll be piping the very base edges. So since it's also standing straight, we have to pipe the base edges as well. Then we reached out for our bow tie. It was handmade, and I think I'll post that on my either Instagram or TikTok account for you to learn that as well. So we piped this other half, then we did same here. Then we added our ribbon. Thanks so much for joining me to this point. We had so much fun creating this masterpiece for our lovely celebrant. She loved her cake, she loved her packages, and the birthday was fun. We had so much fun. We had really had lots and lots of fun enjoyment. And here we have our lovely birthday cake for our lovely celebrant. I hope you've learned something new. Every time you see a video from M.O.D, you should know it's got a lot of learning and a lot of tutorials. So don't miss any video from us. Thank you so much. If you're new here, kindly subscribe and share with your friends to learn.